Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome again to a fabulous Monday with the two of us, your favorite realtor, broker, property manager, fun girls. That's what we are, right?
That's right.
Kristen Rebell and
Rebecca Johnson.
All right. We've been together for 16 years about.
I don't know.
Working in real estate together. Long time. We'll go through some of the memories a little bit when we talk about some of the stuff today. So it's another rainy August day, kind of, here or there.
Every day.
This heat has been insane.
It has been. I heard an interesting story about the heat.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Somebody that we know stored their items up in the attic, which a lot of people in Florida do.
I do.
Yes, I do not, but only because I don't want to have to get it out of the attic. But yes, they were storing the Sterilite containers in the attic, and one melted.
That's so crazy.
Fell
in
onto another.
Just this week. Yep.
Broke the AC condensing line and put water into the house.
Poured water all throughout the house.
Hello, Karen.
Hey,
Hi.
Karen.
I
The
just
real
texted
Karen.
her.
The original Karen. Yeah, I saw that.
Yep, the OG. The original gangster Karen. The Karen before there were Karens.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, so it's really hot.
This is for real hot.
Don't store things in your attic in
And if
plastic
you do,
containers.
don't store them on top of the other or near any plumbing lines, especially AC condenser lines.
I thought that was an urban myth that they'd actually melt, but
I did too.
It melted a box of Christmas decor.
I'm going to go upstairs and check mine up in the attic.
Yeah.
I don't want to get up in the attic, though, because it is so hot right now. I'd rather just open the ladder and hope nothing happens. It's too hot. So, yeah, folks, it's hot. It's moist out there, humid, yucky, but we'll get over it.
We will. Well, let's kick off Monday
through and through.
like we do
Kick it
every
off, right?
Monday
With the Monday market moment.
That's right. Let's look at it. All right, let's see what's happening in North Central Florida's market today. We'll start where we always start, Gainesville, Alachua County, active as of August, which we're in the month of August.
I can't believe we're almost out of the month of August.
188 actives since August 1st. 272 pending and 217 closed. And then probably next week, we'll take a look and see what pricing happened in August. But that's what we're seeing in good old Alachua County. We'll jump down to Hillsborough County and more specifically the Tampa Bay area, not the entire area. And you've got, the numbers are definitely down from earlier this summer. Mm-hmm. And I think it's normal because most people are done house hunting and they take a little reprieve.
And school went back earlier this year. We'll kind of talk about that. So
yes,
what usually happens now was already starting to happen. But you can see Gainesville and Tampa so far, even over in Ocala, least active, most pended. So things are still pending. Closing not as high as the pending, but look, all three of those, Gainesville, Tampa, Ocala markets are always similar, and they're similar again, even if their numbers are not similar. So, yeah.
Yep. So 490 active currently down in the Tampa Bay area, 863 pending, 650 closed. Staying strong in Marion County, which I know they're still growing and bringing in business. 367 active. 627 for pending and 477 for closed. And then little old St. Augustine in the beaches area, 81 active, 29 pending, and 44 closed.
Yeah, that one's always a little different with, the actives always sticking right around there, but the prices are so different. And we're really just right on the beach line. We're not off of the beach. We're, Volano down to Crescent. So we kind of stay toward that beach line. And so it's very, very different than, Alachua County, Marion County, and then Tampa Bay area. So, but it does look like we're still struggling with inventory. It's going fairly quickly. I think we've talked about this before, but we're not seeing houses jump off the market with 20 to 50 offers. We're seeing them stay on more like a week or two and then going on, off the market. Someone just told me today they got a house and you were in the room for like $11,000 off list price. And so, that was Mike. And then I know one of our other realtors was selling a house, and she kind of freaked out because after 1 week it didn't go under contract, but it has gone under.
Which is a more normal thing.
It's actually still really quick, but we went through, 4 or 5 months of houses just going off the market immediately. And, there was a $1.9 million home that came on in Biltmore. Everyone probably knows what I'm talking about, but I won't say whose it was. And that went under contract in a day. We don't know what it's going to sell for, but that's pretty wild. 1.9 million in Gainesville, and it took a day to go off the market.
See, I don't like that type of market. I know salespeople get a bad rap, and you guys all think we just want it to hurry up and close. I enjoy marketing a property, and I don't enjoy the second it hits MLS getting 27,000 messages of, is it under contract? And I'm like, I literally just activated it. And they're like, well, can I show it?
Yeah. They want all the information up front before they even see it because they know it's going quickly.
They are. And what I'm actually finding now, and I'm more on the property management side, but what I'm seeing on the sales side on the few deals that I've been working is that people are holding the property on the market for a few days and taking highest and best and then reviewing them. And they're disclosing it up front, but it is a little different. So
we are also seeing, I'm on Real Producers, which is a good 20 top realtors in Gainesville. And we're starting to really see it. And I actually saw one of them come back on the market. But what we're noticing also is that they're going off the market still fairly quickly, again, a week, 2 weeks. And before the end of the inspection period, they're going back on the market because buyers are really wanting the perfect house. So right now, when you're listing, we'll talk about that a little bit if you'd like to, but when you're listing house, you really want to focus on updating and fixing at a couple things so it looks move-in ready. You probably want to do some pre-inspections on your home so you know what to expect because people aren't wanting to buy houses with even the simplest things that are needing done, things that we didn't have to worry about before, and now they're making you do it, or they're canceling, and they don't even want a credit. They don't even want it done. We've had sellers say they'll fix those, and they say no, never mind, and they cancel and they go back on the market. Which, of course, their buyer's agent, is probably exhausted, and needing them to continue with it. And then the sellers are frustrated, and the sellers are still fixing everything up. But it's taken a couple cancellations to finally find the right buyer. So it's a very weird market right now for realtors, for buyers, for sellers. And then you've got inspectors are busy, appraisers are busy, surveyors are busy, lenders are busy. So we're still dealing with that. And then we also have, the new construction world where we need them to move forward, but no one's really building right now because the costs went up, exponentially. And now they're just wanting to build specs and sell those. So that takes a lot longer because it's 6 months to build a house or more. So the market, all in a nutshell.
There you go.
We sound exasperated, of course, a little bit. I think everyone is, but it's still an incredibly fun event, lifestyle to live. We love being realtors and we love being in the real estate community. And no, we're not Dar Shakow, but we do support Dar Shakow. So it's just the two of us today.
I know.
We've had a couple of weeks where we had visitors, and that was a lot of fun. Today we have our marketing manager, Angela, in the house, but we don't see her, so thanks for coming. She's really getting us rocking and rolling. So we appreciate that. But we always love to look at fun listing photos. Now, we do also say that you need to really take care of your photos. Remember when we started real estate in 2006 and we had to read all of these, things about how to set up your photos. It was like, this is how you need to take it with lights.
Yep,
we even bought lighting, right?
We had
expensive, cameras, and we were all working on it. And really, there was like maybe one professional photographer in town, maybe two. And they were so expensive that really only the high-end houses, realtors.
Our photos looked high-end.
They did. Well, now, if you're a good realtor, which I hope you are, we are. So we always hire professional photographers, videographers, and they have drone. They have everything. It's the whole shebang. But there are some that have fun. This is called the Alien House. You can find these on Facebook. There's like a ton of Zillow pages or groups, and they post funny pictures. We've seen these before. This is great coming up with October next, in 2 months. We're all getting ready to pick out our kids' costumes and our costumes, and for the parties. But yeah, here's the alien house. We've seen it with dinosaurs before.
Our girls down in Tampa actually did it with Star Wars.
Yep, they have the Star Wars.
Yep, the Stormtrooper people, I think they were.
Yeah. So this just makes it interesting and fun. You're looking online and you see an alien in the house. And
I'm guessing they selected that because of the doors.
Yeah, but the doors are green, so they picked this costume and they threw themselves in some of the pictures.
The one in the shower is killing me where they're like,
right. This is great. I think this is more cheeky fun.
Yeah.
But then you have weird stuff like the Flintstone house. So this is an actual house. These are mostly in California and Texas.
Of course.
Right. And so we do have some weird, funky houses in Alachua County, and I'm sure in Tampa and St. Augustine and Ocala. But this one takes a cake. It's like really like the Flintstones.
I've never seen this before. Do they have glass in the? I could tell in the sliding, but I can't tell in this weird.
I still think it looks more like Star Warsy alien pods.
It does kind of look like that. Like what was the planet? The Tatooine or whatever.
Right.
Is what it kind of makes me think of. So that is interesting. I wonder, we know what that's sold for or what
it was just pictures on Zillow that we pulled.
That's crazy.
We just pulled some of the most interesting houses. And these are all just designs. And then we have the gas station house.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I was looking at it on the next monitor.
I mean, check out the front of it. It doesn't look like, it looks like a hotel, honestly. And then you go in and it's like, do you remember Ace Ventura when he walks in and he sees all the dead animals? So he's like, that's what that room looks like. I'm sure the hunters are all like, that looks awesome. And I support hunting.
Say if you're big into hunting and you're selling your house, it is okay to have one or two.
And I mean, this is in like the mountains where, this is what your lifestyle is. I mean, you've got big game and you're going out and gaming and you're keeping, the fruits of your labor.
But I'll say in Alachua County, if you're putting your house on your market.
More than that, first of all.
Yes. Keep it to like one or two in a room because I have been with people.
This is a huge room. I mean, there's a tree in the middle of it.
I get it, but
it definitely goes with the decor.
That's a lot of.
I mean, it looks like now this looks more like a Flintstone house if you're going to ask me because look at the stone in the media room.
Yeah, I see that. Wow.
And then you have a gas station outside, which I think if they were in Florida during hurricane season, that would be amazing to have a gas station in your house.
I like that. Wow.
And this one is apparently completely underground. So, or at least you feel like you're underground.
It reminds me of that Brendan Fraser movie where he's like, they put him underground when he's a kid and then they need something and they like let him go out. I don't remember. I'm sorry. Kind of remember it's like Blast from the Past or something. I
don't think I know that movie, but I don't think I saw it.
I think I was in high school, so maybe middle school. So
probably in college, not paying attention to that. So,
but this is what that reminds me of, where he like had a full blown house. Glad you like this, Mom. All right, next we have the Rock Hill house.
I thought that it was kind of fun. We could bring like the worst pictures ever. There are some pages on Zillow that just or on Facebook that show like, why in the heck would you build the house and put it this way or redo a house? So
there was a house in our market, the Tampa Bay market, and it had a literal tree growing in it.
We've seen that before.
Yeah, It was the duplex that we looked at. It was out on the bay, and it was like $800,000. And we were like, where does the tree go? Because it wasn't in the second story, so they had cut it, but it was still alive. I don't know. It was very odd.
Very odd, yeah. Very odd. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. They're probably harder to sell, but they are unique.
This is an interesting pool area. I need to see more information on the underground house here. And what does it look like from the road?
Right. We'll look it up later. All right. So completely changing the subject, we're going to go into networking. I say now that, and then we have the COVID variant out. So, people are kind of pulling back. But, I think people are out and about more again, networking out. And so we just figured we'd give you some effective tips for effective networking.
Out and about.
Yeah.
It's only 13 days until the big game.
Yeah. Oh, where'd you get that from?
Susan. There you go, Susan. There's your shout out. 13
Gator football
days
starting
until the game.
You could definitely network then, but you're probably going to have a lot of alcohol. So that's not always good. But years ago, actually, I was at a WCR event. I know that's crazy.
That's Women's Council of Realtors.
Right. Deborah Trappin came, and she's from California, and she's a speaker. And she gave some really great tips on networking. And these aren't necessarily hers. These are really good tips if you want to read them. But a lot of them did have to do with like preparing ahead of time. So oftentimes if it's like a Facebook event also, you can see other people who are coming to the event, and you can prepare by finding 3 to 5 that you want to meet that are going to help you with your business. And usually, yes, Susan football. Usually, you're going to a networking event, you've got some libations, whether you go and hang out with all the people you already know, or you just try to find a couple people you don't even realize are going to be there. It's almost better to have like 3 to 5 people that you've been meaning to meet that are going to, really get to help you with your business, and you research them a little bit. So do some sleuthing, right? Googling. Everybody's on Google.
Sleuthing.
Yes. So you find out a little bit of information about them, and then you have a plan. You don't drink as much. You have, a mixture of wine and water or beer and water so that you don't forget or get too chatty. And then you go up to them, again, 3 to 5. You don't have to have like 10 or 20, just a couple of them, people that you really have been wanting to meet, and you have information about them. It doesn't look creepy because it's all on Facebook. Don't get it too creepy. But, now you saw that they love dogs and maybe a particular type of dog. So you start talking to them and just throw that in there. Like, oh yeah, Dalmatians.
You're just like, hey,
really
how are you? Oh, there's a picture of all my dogs.
Right.
Sorry, don't mind my screen.
It's a way that you pull in what you've seen about them into your life, even if they have like 2 boys and you have 2 boys, or, one of your kids swims, or maybe you used to play baseball and they're playing baseball now too. So, having a plan, and that's really what all of this is about. And also asking questions and listening. Don't make it about yourself, make it about them. And then afterwards you can write really quick notes, and you can take their cards or their information and follow up with them afterwards. That's really how networking is really about, meeting people and getting to know them, and then also continuously reaching out to them so that they become a part of your, they start seeing your Facebook or your Instagram posts, or you're reaching out to them, and they start really paying attention to you. And so now you've increased your network. So yeah.
I like it.
Cool. All right, let's take a break. We're a little over. Let's watch Rebecca on our break.
Hey there, Rebecca Johnson with Rabell Realty Group with 3 tips to get your home ready to sell. Tip number 1, deep clean your home. Make it sparkle, so to speak. Clean all surfaces, doors, door trim, jambs, windows, mirrors, everything that you can get your hands on. Take it and do a good deep cleaning. Tip number 2, declutter. That's right, pack it up, put it in the garage. This shows buyers you are ready to go. Take 50% of the items in your closet that you're not using and pack them up. Store them wherever you need to. Kitchen cabinets, drawers, everything. Tip number 3, curb appeal. Go ahead and get that home power washed. Do the sidewalks and the driveways. Go ahead and refresh your mulch. Have hedges trimmed and freshened up. And don't forget to do the backyard as well. And the best way to sell your home is to call us at Rabell Realty Group.
Hello.
Right. Great video and great tips on listing your house, getting your house ready to list, which kind of goes into our next segment, because we're going to talk a lot about, it says, 10 things to purge. So the kids are back in school, right? Unless you're homeschooling, but now you're back into your general routine, which really helps you get ready to start purging and get ready for the holidays. Because in the holidays, what happens? You get tons of people over, you're hosting a lot of events, you have, gifts, coming in, especially if you have kids, you got to purge their rooms too. So 10 things you should purge every fall. Well, this is not just like the Kristen show, even though I love that picture of myself. I'm not going to lie. But Courtney Robinson, great picture. Thank you. But 10 things. So what are some ideas that you have?
I get rid of everything. I am not sentimental. So I do keep some stuff that my kids have made. But we have a list, and I was reading it, and it said like,
it's a really good list, actually.
Anything you haven't used in the past 6 months or longer. And I'm going to kind of agree, but also disagree, because we do have a season in Florida that runs really long. It's called summer. And so I have things that I only wear
April to September.
Well, January to like March, it can be cold. And so I'm like, it goes more than 6 months, but I'm not obviously getting rid of my winter clothes, and I have a ton of them, so I cycle them out. But There are things that I was actually surprised they had broken hangers on here. Obviously.
These are things you should get rid of all the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you're super busy, maybe summer, you've got the kids home, you just don't have time to purge everything. So this is a good time. You got spring cleaning, but I really think fall cleaning is really important because you got to get rid of things before it comes back in for Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas.
Cleaning all the time is important.
But not everybody's like that. And I read a couple of articles, and I read it all the time. People like to keep things. There's sentimental value. There's, I'm going to use this again value. And you really do have to probably 4 times a year, or every day like you, but 4 times a year, really go through and decide, is this important to me? I mean, it's the Marie Kondo, way of life. It really is. Does this bring me joy? But, in fall, you're wanting to go through, yes, the broken this and the broken that. Anything that's broken,
please toss it
just
immediately.
toss it. If you can't fix it, toss it. And so broken hanger, that really seems. But, some things on here, overused candles. Yeah, if you don't use it, lose it. Well, you're probably the one who taught her to do this, Karen.
That's true.
So,
thanks, Karen.
But yeah, expired food, expired hair care products, expired makeup, any of those little makeup samples, that are just sitting there that you haven't used yet, and that's the 6-month thing, toss that. Throw that away. Going through your drawers, like your junk drawers, throwing away those old batteries, old pens. We have, probably because we're in real estate, we have so many pens. So when I find pens, I just toss them. Now, granted, we don't want to fill up the landfills, right, and make Florence rich. Holly, you're not on here today. But, there are a couple ways you can, reuse or send off to donate. So you make a donate pile, you make a get rid of it free pile, maybe Facebook Marketplace. Find something you want and tell yourself you have to get rid of 3 things to get it. I think I taught you that, Susan, but yes. If you want a new shirt, get rid of 3 of them. But you can also, so there was this really great idea that I haven't thought about. So you can make a little bit of money by selling your CDs, your DVDs, old phones, anything tech related. Go to declutter.com. It's DECLUTTR. Yeah. I mean, some people still have CDs.
I'm trying to remember.
I think.
Do I have CDs?
We probably don't have that so much anymore, but think of all the DVDs people still have.
I have a ton of them.
Yes. So you can make a little bit of money going there, sending it there. They'll even pay for shipping. So you don't really have to throw everything away. You can certainly,
you know what I do keep?
What?
My phones.
Your
I
phones.
have a stack of phones.
I have a stack of old phones, but you can
because
get rid
I'm
of
like,
them.
I might need these.
A bunch of pictures are sometimes on there. Sometimes they don't always go through.
But they're organized. They're all stuck in a organized little spot. Yeah, so, some of this I hadn't thought about, like old sponges and loofahs. Mm-hmm. Expired medicine. I don't know. So what I do to keep
broken jewelry. I mean, think about it. Something has broken.
You think you're going to get it repaired.
Right. And if you don't, sometimes you can put things on Facebook Marketplace and it doesn't go to the landfill. It goes to someone else who has use for it, and let them junk up their house, not you. But this is really great for if you're about to put your house on the market and, like we talked about before, or just getting ready for the holidays and just keeping your house nice and clean. Dead plants.
Number 78 is offensive. Dead plants.
Well, some plants die, but what I end up doing is reusing the soil. And then I find a lot of times a plant, like this just happened, I had a ginger plant and I thought it was dead, so I put some other plants in the soil, and now that old ginger plant's coming back. So
I do have
I don't throw away dead plants. I actually pull them out and then repot them and try to regrow them. But
I'm with
we're
you on
plant
that.
girls, so.
I do have a bin of cords that I'm not sure if they're needed. I get in trouble
if you
for
have
getting
that,
things.
right. I mean, your husband's techie, so that I understand that. But really thinking about if you've had that drawer for like a year, throw that, order a dumpster. There we go. See, Florence like it. They get rich off of that.
She is on today. So what I do, trust me, your kids do not want, you're right. Oh, Mom, that's more in case like I need their fingerprints. I have all their little paintings.
Is true. We don't always want that stuff. Fingerprints and like hands and feet, that's really cute. But my mom tried to pawn that stuff off on me, and I, called a dumpster and threw all that away.
Yes. My mom has asked my sister and I what we want. We were like, nothing.
Yes, my mom was really mad because I don't want much of anything of hers.
So I will tell you what I do is I go through, like usually as I'm putting stuff away, like say I'm putting the dishes away because I did this recently, and I was putting them away and I reorganized, like because my kids help put dishes away and they don't do it the way that I would do it, but I just quickly reorganized the drawer and I tossed a couple things that I was like, oh,
anything
that
chipped.
could be donated.
I know you don't keep a lot of plastic things, but anytime, like when I go through the drawers and I find that one of the containers doesn't have a top, I toss that, and I'll usually toss that into the recycle bin because it's plastic. So yeah, just, decluttering, purging a few things. Again, you don't have to throw it all away. You can, recycle it.
You do a
put it
little
on
at a time, it's less
Marketplace
overwhelming.
as a free. We had an extra piano. We actually ended up getting a piano, and we had an old one, and we put it on Marketplace for free because it's expensive to move them. And some kid came and picked it up and put it in his Kia Soul, literally the piano in his Kia Soul, and took it off. It was great. Came back for the bench the next day. I took some pictures. It was kind of funny. He was a great guy. Thank you for getting that piano. Our newer one is still old, but you just have to retune it. All right, so a couple more things. Yeah, well, you might have husbands and wives that when you're throwing things away or sending them off to be sold or taken, they'll pull it back out. I guess that's what she means.
Wait for them to leave.
Yeah, you gotta. If you have people like that, just wait till they leave, and then toss it in somebody else's trash can, not yours, so they can't go through it. Yes, some of us have learned that. All right, so I am refinishing my pool, and I have to pick tiles. So you all, if you're here, are going to help me. I've got 3. So this can be number 1. I'm going to call it the Springs finish because one of my friends who helped pick it out, which is actually my mom, she said your pool will look more like a spring with this tile, and it's the tile that goes at like the top of your pool. All right, so that's number 1. And then number 2, it's sideways. This is kind of more of a traditional style pool, I think. And this is number 2. I don't know what you want to call it.
I
blue
would
and
call
white.
it the geode.
The geode, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do the geode, and then
look at that, or that one, not that one. Yeah, the other one is more like Moroccan-y looking to me.
Yeah, right. The other one's Moroccan. So this number 3. So this is the dark spring. So put your choice up on the screen. Type it in 1, 2, or 3. So 1 was the light spring. 2 was the traditional one. I don't know.
I really like this. I don't know how it would look
one
on a grand scale, but I'm like, that's kind of an interesting tile.
So yeah, these were the top 3 of all of them. So yeah, help us out. Help a sister out, okay? I think I've already decided, but I wanted to put this up here. And then we were going to take like the entire time, thanks Susan, to go through, oh, look at that. All right. To go through rugs, because rugs are so hard to choose for people. And we talk about this all the time. And, when you're relisting a house, it is really nice to, design it. Now, forget the table because I wasn't planning on putting these up here. And this is actually my house. Thanks, Karen. So I was changing my rug out because I was going to take it to another place that I was designing. And so so this was the original one. And then the other picture, if you could just throw it up there this is what I put in. But yeah.
I like the colorful.
I was like,
rugs are just very expensive, and you like ruggables, which
no, the second one's a ruggable. I haven't tried it, but when you have animals or kids or you spill things or you decide, do I really want to keep this or do I want to change it to these ruggables, which are easier to clean? Now I do hire rug companies to clean mine. And that's really nice. You said you just cleaned on your own. How did you clean that?
I did. It was $220 to take it from me to take the rug to them to clean, and I only spent $200 on the rug. So I was like, I'm not gonna. Yeah, rug number 1.
Well, yeah, we're not deciding. We already decided.
We just want to know why rugs are so hard to pick.
Why are rugs hard to pick? And I think we decided it's the price. Why are rugs so darn expensive? I think that's the biggest thing.
I know.
And why are they so expensive?
You could carpet a room for less than you could put a rug down. And so I'm always looking at rugs and thinking about rugs, and we talk about rugs more often than we probably should. Probably because we're always talking about staging.
We could have taken this whole entire 30 minutes and talk about rugs, but we left it for last, so we've got to race through it. But yeah, I ended up taking this rug out, putting it in another room that already had color. But I'm a color girl. I love color. So
I think the color makes that look like a totally different
And the funny thing is, this is the ruggable, and it's like $200 more than the other one, which was a quick. I have people coming over. I need a rug for my new house, and that was a couple years ago. And I just grabbed this like super cheap rug, and that was that colorful one you all saw. And I thought, oh, it's cheap. Let me change it out. No, it's great. It looks really pretty. So
it looks great. It looks expensive in pictures. So, but yeah, so
right.
I agonize over rugs because I'm always afraid that when I get them in person, they won't look as vivid or as nice in the space, but mostly the price and the hassle of putting a rug down, because if they're big 8x10 rugs, you're moving furniture, you're putting it back, and it's just like a pain in the neck. So that's my problem with it.
Well, there we go.
All right.
All right. So we've got some fun events coming up. Wanted to let you know. We've got a Fit for Fun at Rabell, and it's Saturday, September 11th, which is not a home game. I don't even think there's a game then. 9:30 to 12, which is during the farmers market, but it'll be inside our office. We've got some friends, Access Studios coming by, so probably either Jake or Kat or both. And then we have Heather at Halo Health, who came on our podcast this month, and then also Suda's Fitfoot, Betsy Suda, and all of them are going to showcase healthy lifestyle, possibly, have some fun events that we're gonna, if you win, you get some gifts that they're giving away and we're giving away. So you don't have to be there the whole time. Just stop in, say hello, see what they have for sale. Betsy Suda's Fitfoot has some great shoes and hats and clothes, and then Halo Health has her CBD products. And then also signing up for fitness programs at Access is not a bad way to get healthy and have a healthy mindset and healthy lifestyle. So come and visit us there.
Yep, and then we have the Hale Village Oktoberfest, which is back. It did not happen last year, but this year it is back.
This is our favorite event.
Yes,
also.
This is one of our favorite customer appreciation events. We will actually have the medicine show in the office performing along with food and drink. So stop by, say hello, October 15th, and let us see your smiling face.
We hope to see you again. It starts at 5, but it kind of goes all night. We're there until about 9, and then we leave the office and either hang around with everybody else or go home after exhaustion. So, but it's a really fun event, and it goes all night.
That's right.
Right.
Do you have a property that you are tired of managing and would like us to take over? Call K&R Property Management. We would be happy to assist you. 352-213-6410.
And are you looking to get into real estate or change your real estate career? Email us at join@buysellrebell.com.
Can't get enough of Kristen and Rebecca. You can find us on all of these social media forums, which would be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
Right on. And like us, subscribe, share, watch our podcast there, share them there, and watch all of our other videos on your YouTube page. And then did you know we have a blog? Yes, you do. We do. And you can find all of our information and our blogs at buysellrebell.com/blog.
That's right. And if you are looking to get into podcasting, call the Fiesta Media Group, 352-327 5089.
But remember, come and be on our podcast first. See how fun it is, how easy it is, how quick it goes, and then decide. And then we'll be on yours too. All right. Check us out next Monday at 2. Every Monday at 2. Consistency is key. Plus, we have a lot of fun on this.
I heard that somewhere.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
I'll see you next week. Bye.